Every day, a hero is reborn. She finds herself, her voice, and her purpose. Not because life handed it to her freely, but because she chose to accept life's gift of grace bravely. You see, this life is one of testing our patience, testing our resilience, testing how bad do we want our dreams and desires. Life says that all that we can visualize, we can have. But the tests come to determine whether we are seated in faith, courage, and conviction. Beautiful woman, so many times you have shrinked your being to fit into spaces you don't belong. Time and time again, you allow the world to dim your infinite light. Sometimes, you even dim your own light. Who taught you these treacherous things? Let this be a reminder that you are more expansive than even your own imagination. You are the universe, the galaxies, the cosmos, and everything that the divine is. And so, because you are that, you are capable, you are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just be you. The world awaits to receive you. The world needs your smile, your uniqueness, and your essence. So beautiful, woman. Go out there and take up space. Let your presence be felt. Let your voice be heard. The world needs you. We need you. You need you. And so, enter the world as all of you. Go bravely.
Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. You're here with your host, Grace Levi. And I want to say thank you for being with us tonight. Tonight, we have an amazing broadcast for you. We're going to do another reaction video from me to you. And this was a broadcast that I saw about 2 weeks ago, released by yours truly, Tasha K. But we're going to refer to her tonight as Toxic Tasha K. Now, I want to first start off with a disclaimer before I go into, just talking and running my mouth. I do want to say everything that I say is from compassion, love, honesty, and truthfulness. The Black community in itself, we have a lot of growing to do. We are at the point where we communicate a lot, but our communication is very toxic. The things that we put on social media is being broadcast across the world for everyone to see, as well as our kids. So on this channel, we're gonna not only come with the, how we can say, the honest, raw, and uncut, but we're also going to focus on enlightenment and upliftment. So we're going to do a reaction video, and I'm going to give you a disclaimer, and I'm going to bring myself on the screen. I want to say, hey, how y'all doing? Hello. Hey. So bring myself on the screen. You see what the topic is. You see what we're talking about today. Reaction video to Pastor versus Toxic Tasha K and the Hook&r. Okay, I will call her the Hook&r. She says she's the toot. She's the P2, but I'm gonna call her the Hook&r today. So I really don't know this young lady's name, but I'm gonna address some things inside of the commentary. We're going to play the video, but we're going to listen to the video because I I'm not sure how Tasha K feel about people playing her video, but we will play the sound, okay? And we're going to show the face of the individual who we're talking about, and we're going to do our reaction. So bear with me. I'm still, my own producer, so I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at the camera, but I'm here for it tonight, and I hope you're here for it on this Tasty Tuesday. We're going to try to make sure that we're here with you every Tuesday and possibly Saturdays. We're going to see how it works out on Uncensored, but that is our goal. That is our goal schedule. So I hope you guys get used to it. Start tuning in. Please, please, please turn on your notifications. I'm asking, please. I'm begging. No, turn on your notifications. Definitely look for Uncensored Enlightenment Talk on Saturdays and Tuesdays. And sometimes we're going to do a sneak upload on Sundays until we get back uploading on our sister channel, on the Black Discovery channel. We'll be doing more uploads here, just reviewing content from the Black Discovery channel, the thing that's going to uplift you, maybe help you learn where you're from as far as your nationality and much more. But today we're going to talk about that. Today we're going to get a little spicy. Also, I want to send a shout out to Ron Dalton. We have been uploading, I'm going to say historical content from Ron Dalton, that amazing teacher. So if y'all didn't get a chance, please go see some of the archives that we have discovered and that we're sharing with you. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with a disclaimer. All right, so my first disclaimer is, I did a little research because when I watched the video, I was like, wow, how toxic could it be? How toxic could it be? How toxic could it be? At the end of the day, I didn't put two and two together who was this actual bishop, but when I did, I was like, oh, okay, this is probably why she was so reckless, why she was so reckless with her, commentary towards him. So, what I'm going to do is one, we're going to talk about Bishop Whitehead and what he's going through, give you some commentary on how I feel about that, some of the things about his robbery, just touch back on that, and how the Black community, just give you my aspect of how I view it being a spectator from the Black community. As well as we're going to move on into the actual reaction video where we're going to listen to what Tasha K says in the Hook&r. And she talks about her life. She talks about her bodies and some of the things that the bishop says. And I want you guys to look at it in two perspectives, okay? When we get at that point, we're going to look at it in two perspectives, okay? One perspective is he is who he is, and we're going to talk about who he is. And the next perspective is that he is a great leader, a pastor, a man of God. Okay, it's two ways to look at this commentary. So we're going to look at it both ways because at first I was like, that's a man of God. That's a man of God. How you talking to a man of God like that? But then I did some research and then I started to, kind of uncover some stuff. So we're going to first start off by sharing a video, a news article actually that we have obtained about Bishop Whitehead. Bear with me. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Because this guy is a hot mess. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, where are we? Oh, it's playing over here. Let's see. Is that muted? One, I want to make sure that you guys can hear it. Before I start to play the video, I want to make sure that you guys can hear it. Again, let me take this off the screen because StreamYard do have some new stuff going on, and I want to make sure that you guys can hear it. Okay, so here we go. Now, we're going to go and play the article, and this article is entitled New York Bling Bishop Lamar WhiteHead Hit with Federal Charges for Fraud Scheme. This is December 19th, and this has just occurred. Now, this gentleman was the same gentleman who allegedly got robbed in front of everyone, and some people were calling it publicity stunt, and some people were, truly appalled, like, "Oh my God, this is the black community. It's a reflection of the black community." But at the end of the day, we have to understand when people are in the limelight, they create situations to continue to keep them in the limelight. So we're just gonna pay attention to that, and we're gonna watch this real quick. Let's see, can we hear it? Start it over. Here we go. Oh, he looking like he from the hood today. Oh, he looking like he from Brooklyn, Brooklyn. He ain't got them glasses on.
So Bishop Lamar WhiteHead is not guilty of these charges. We are vigorously going to defend these accusations. Um, we feel that he is being targeted and he is being turned from a victim into a villain. Now, everyone was wrong about Bishop Lamar WhiteHead setting up the robbery at the church. People were arrested. He had nothing to do with that. This all stems out of a civil lawsuit that is being handled in civil court, and he will be vindicated.
All right. So you heard it there first yourself. Okay, and she mentioned exactly what I mentioned, how people was like, man, that was the setup. So let's read the article a little bit. It says Bling Bishop Lamar WhiteHead, the flashy Brooklyn pastor who was robbed at gunpoint during a church service earlier this year, was arrested by federal agents Monday for allegedly scamming a member of his congregation, among others. Whitehead, who preaches a prosperity gossip, drives a Rolls Royce and often wears a pricey jewelry and Gucci suits, which indicate on two counts of which was sorry to apologize, which was indicted on two counts of wire fraud, one count of extortion. Extortion is different, baby. And one count of making material false statements for lying to the FBI, federal prosecutor said. If convicted, he faces 65 years in prison. The feds alleged Whitehead, 44, swindled one of his parishioners or his parish members out of $90,000 of her retirement savings by promising to use the cash to buy her a home and instead blowing it on luxury goods and clothes, according to the indictment. And another alleged scheme, he extorted a businessman of $50,000 and asked the man to lend him $500,000. Hold up, wait. Let me read this again. He extorted the businessman of $5,000. Let me correct that. It wasn't 50, it was five. And asked the man to lend him 500, promising him he could obtain favorable actions by the New York City government in exchange for cash and interest in real estate transaction. Baby, I'm just gonna stop right there. Look at this man. Look at him. He looking like he from Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Yeah, there you go. And so sad. And this is one of the things I want to talk about, because when we talk about the commentary that he had with Tasha K, we're gonna talk TT with TT, Tasha K, TTK. Hey. Okay, I love you, girl. Don't you feel away. You know you make your money off being toxic. Okay. So with that goes to say, we're gonna go over the conversation with TTK, him, and the Hook&r. Okay, and we're gonna look at it from two perspectives. One perspective is this perspective of Bishop Whitehead, the man. What's going on right now? The next perspective is gonna be from a righteous perspective, if he was a holy man. I'm not saying he don't believe in God, but obviously something is not right, because at the end of the day, if you're doing good business practices, things like this should not happen. So I wanted to first give a disclaimer about Bishop Whitehead, okay? And I'm also going to go into giving the disclaimer about Tasha K, because I don't want y'all to think that I hate Tasha K. I don't dislike her. I'm not going to be one of these content creators out here trying to be in these YouTube streets starting beef. I watch a lot of them. Sometimes they good, sometimes they not, sometimes they trash, sometimes they hot. But with that goes to say, let me put my girl on the screen. Okay. I want to say first and foremost, I believe just watching her from the sidelines, I believe that she's representing two lifestyles. Now, you're representing a lifestyle of a mother, a family woman, a businesswoman, a content creator. And yes, you make your money off of gossip because that is the type of content that you create. But there's a level to the gossipness. And also, you have to understand it is what it is. Once you're in the limelight, everything you do is seen, scrutinized, and followed or disliked. So you have to understand how to maneuver where all of those categories play a part. So what I'm saying is that her as a woman is very confusing to me at times to consistently, follow her content because 1 minute is I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm this, that, and the third, which is so amazing. And that's what you should represent in the Black community. But then you having toxic ass conversations like this. You're representing a lot of other toxic stuff that I don't even pay attention to. But this is the one that caught my eye because it was a bishop involved. And anything involving God, Grace is going to be there to talk about it because God need to be in a conversation in the Black community. You don't like it, then oh well, this ain't the channel for you because I'm going to continue to bring him up. You mad? Oh well, oh well, oh well. So I want to send a disclaimer out. She's a beautiful woman. I send love and blessings to her, but she confused the hell out of me, and I'm going to remove her off the screen right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to listen to the actual video. I don't want y'all to just see my face, so what I'm going to do is just put back up our thumbnail, and then we're going to play the actual video. I know y'all want to see my face. I love y'all too. But, it distracts me when I see me talking all that, like just talk, it distracts me. So now we're going to go into the actual part. And this is, I'm share the link. This is located on her Winos podcast. And this is Tasha K and DTB talks Derrick, Jaxn, cheating, and Diddy side hoax, hoax, um, hoax, featuring Bishop Lamar WhiteHead. So we're going to skip over all of the Derrick Johnson nonsense. We could do a broadcast on that if y'all want my commentary about that guy. But some things I just don't waste my energy on because I know certain things are just going to fade away real fast. So he's just a one hit wonder, and I don't really talk about the celebrities too much unless it's something significant to the development of the Black community. So P. Diddy is not going to be talked about today because I ain't beat. So, but we're going to talk about we're going to talk about Bishop Lamar WhiteHead. So let's see, can we get it started? What do you mean? Okay. All right. Let me see. Can I get to Bishop Whitehead when he comes on the screen? There we go. Oh, Now, before he talks about the body count, one of the things I do want to say, all right, so I know Tasha likes to get into the gossip, like to get into the shenanigans, but what I will say is that sometimes you got to have some respect, especially for other black women. And I think that she was pushing a conversation here with him, knowing that this man is a married man and he's totally on social media. And because of this lady's position in life, and her 3,000 bodies and officially how she came off, you're going to listen. It's just kind of like just reckless to me. And I just feel like there's no lines that's drawn. And that's what I want to get out first and foremost. If Tasha K was to ever hear this, where is the line that's drawn? Because at the end of the day, you're still a prominent figure in the black community. And I don't want to just throw black commentaries under the bus because at the end of the day, we like a little 0.1% of YouTube, but we're making a move. Y'all are making a move. People are listening. Y'all keeping us entertained. And, you're keeping up the minstrel show. But I think that it's time for us to transition the minstrel show to a higher level of speaking, or at least know when to cap things. So I'm talking from a perspective if this gentleman was actually a good bishop. Okay, that was the commentary. Actually, if he's a good bishop. But I'm going to always give the disclaimer, and we're going to talk from the other side. Obviously, she has some feelings and know that this dude a little suspect. And he may want to go, do a little hanky panky on the side. So she gonna set it up subliminally, play around, key, and hook that up in the inbox, cause you're gonna see how the commentary continue. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, wow. Okay, so let's listen. Let me see something because let's see what she do. Tasha, let's see what you do. I love you. Let's play this
Kind of
today.
fine. Do you want
What
to
she
add
say?
to the body count?
Hell no. Kidding me? Yo,
You see what I'm saying? I just feel like that's very disrespectful. You as a
Bishop, you
woman,
sure?
hold on. My thing that came off the screen. Listen, y'all about to see the music. I'm listening to anything. But you as a woman, why would you even say that? Let's listen. What that was just I just feel like that's disrespectful. And to be a married woman, I'm not a married woman. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm married. He married me twice. I said I'm a single mama of two. And at least I had the discernment to say, like, I won't talk to a man like that who's married because there's a line of respect that you should have as a woman when you're talking to a married man. And it is what it is. And no matter what color he is or what he is, if he's a bishop or not. So I just found that very offensive to the married woman. Let me know. Because I'm not married, but I definitely know that that was disrespectful.
I got a
huh?
question.
Listen.
Okay. What's your question? I
All
know
right, hold on.
trying to add
Hold
to
on.
the body count. Cause he kind of fine.
Oh, look at her. She said, "Oh, I just had a question. You want to add to the body count? He kind of fine." Now, I will say, when I first saw his picture, I was like, "Okay." Some pictures he looked terrible. The picture I'm gonna show y'all, the real picture of his soul and who he is. But then, the devil can put on a mask, and you know that Lucifer was beautiful. It was beautiful. So I ain't gonna say that he ain't fine, but that we can't do nothing with that because he married. So when do we reserve some of those reactions?
Do you want
What
to
she
add
say?
to the body count?
Hell no. Kidding me? Yo,
Bishop, you sure?
kidding
You
me?
kind of heavy. You
But
hesitant. You kind of fine. Closing up.
hell no. Hell no, I ain't.
He said, hell no. Now I would say the way he said, hell no. Oh no, nah. He's thinking about that. He like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. Excuse me. Sorry guys. He said, oh no, I ain't messing with that. That is not up my alley. I'd rather give me some on the side with a church woman if I'm going to cheat or whatever he go get. He showed up and said, "Oh nah." Look at his reaction. He like, "Oh nah." I had to show y'all. Whatever. If she copyright me, she get mad. This is my reaction video, so I do think for copyright purposes, we are able to give our commentary based on other people's videos. So we just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, he said, "Oh nah."
Man, hell no.
Hell
I'm
Oh,
no.
married.
I'm
I ain't got time for
sorry.
that.
You know what? I
But listen,
Yeah,
apologize.
please do. Hint, hint.
listen. Let me say this, right?
Look at her. Look at her. You see how disrespectful we are in the black community? I'm gonna say we because I would never do nothing like this. But I'm gonna have to say we because when you're on the national platform or you're on a large platform, this is what they think or believe that black people act. And then you have young girls who act just like this, who act just like this. Okay? I was just talking about how the development of our adolescence takes place in the infant years, in the school years, the adolescent years, and what we see is what we do. And when we bombarded with 80 to 90% of our time of social media, music, and online shenanigans like this, it shapes the young girl's perspective. So she said, hint, hint, that is that's trifling. But as I'm gonna say, she's the young hoax. She's the hoax here. She's the hoax. Hoax. I'm saying it the nice way. She's the recovering hoax with 3,000 bodies. That's not nice. How are we coming on social media talking about we got 3,000 bodies? Wait a minute. All right, I'm about to do some calculation. We got, excuse me, 3,000 bodies divided into, let's say 5 years. 5 years. You at least in 5 years had intercourse with at least 600 people in 1 year, possibly two a day. And if you didn't do two a day, you did three a day. You did one a day. How? And I'm just saying 5 years. I'm just giving a number. I'm not saying that's what she did. We probably gonna listen how long she been in the game, and I'll recalculate. But we're gonna have to think about this. This ain't cute. But we got people like Meg the Stallion saying, "Ride the boat, ride the boat. Go ahead, live your life, live your best life, hot girl summer." Now, some of the things he says, I need you guys to put down the perspective, the disclaimer that this man is a con artist, allegedly, because maybe we'll do a separate broadcast on the things that allege, because I be they're gonna have to deal with that, because at the end of the day, you should have some common sense and don't be giving nobody that much amount of money to go get you a house unless you have a house already picked and you have a realtor involved. And if you have that amount of money, you don't need a lender, but you at least got to do your research on the home. So, my black community, I have a program that help you learn about real estate, and you'll learn the keys and the details of how to do real estate research in regards to title search, deed search, all types of stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not feeling total sympathy, so we ain't gonna talk about that right now. But he looks like a man that know how to get what he wants. He handsome. He's a handsome man, and then he spewing the God talk. So you definitely know that he's going to convince, especially women, older black women, single older black women that needs help to invest. So, but back to the hoax, Miss Hoax, the hoax. Now I'm confused right here. Okay, so no, I'm not married. I thought that was the wedding ring. I'm so not married. I had the finger mixed up. Never mind. All right, so let's listen. Let's keep it going.
Yes.
Because I'm pulling over,
Okay.
right? Let me say this. Um, what I would say to this is, what women don't understand is when you allow a man to go into you, you transfer
Mm-hmm.
spirits. And that's why you continuously go through different men over and over again because you're really clueless of what you really want. And I tell the same thing to
Now we're gonna stop right there. Now, if you look at these two reactions, her reaction is totally fake. I don't know what Tasha K was thinking. I don't even know if she was listening. Oh, did he say that? I don't know if she processed what he said, but what he said, if that was coming from a righteous man, that should have hit the heart because it's totally true. Now, the young lady, she started shaking her head like before he even started talking. So that means you're not listening. You're not listening. You just ready to react. No disrespect, but I think she was listening a little bit because her reaction. She kind of like leveled off a little bit, but Tasha tried to keep it going. So, as he said, let's get a little righteous here, ladies. Ladies, let's get a little righteous here. Now, coming from a perspective of a woman who is abstinent, yes, I've been abstinent for about what 5 years now. It's so amazing. And it feels good to be in the middle of Atlanta, and I could be in a nightclub where they talking about sex and all types of stuff, and I'm laughing, cracking jokes, and the person like, yeah, you gonna go home with him, beautiful, and I'm like, baby, I'm abstinent, and he was like, huh, you absent? I said, no, abstinent. It won't be no pop locking and rocking over here, and people was like, and it was cool. It made me really feel the essence of the Most High. I ain't saying y'all no disrespect to the woman that's pop lock and rocking. Do what you do, but when you reserve yourself and you have discipline and integrity, and you know that at the end of the day, God may have that right man for you, may not, and you're very comfortable in your being, it sets another tone within you. So, with that goes to say, that's the perspective that I'm talking from. A righteous, shut up. Don't be mad. Don't be mad because I'm a goody goody. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not. But in that aspect, I'm definitely a goody goody. But what he was saying was very correct. When we as women actually have intercourse, because we are the point of insertion, we are the ones that receive the energy. If you notice as women, when we start to have intercourse with someone or in a relationship with them, we start to take on a lot of their habits, the way of talking, sometimes their emotional liabilities, and we respond either opposite or the same with the same fire or know how to tame it because we have to intertwine with our partners. So, being the receivers of our men, we are embedding their essence into us. So we have a man that's totally out of pocket, a killer, a drug dealer, a womanizer, or whatever the above. This is the essence that we're putting inside of us. This is the toxicity that works against our essence as women that cause us to have mental issues because at the end of the day, our soul, our heart, our God essence know that we're not supposed to be dealing with this person. But our lower self, our carnal self, our 3D self, this world self, like Tasha K self and the Hook&r self, saying, hey, let's do it, pop, lock, and rock it. Baby. So if I broke that down for you just a little bit, I hope it made a little bit of sense. If it didn't make no sense, I want to see. Let me see. Can I put myself more on the screen? So if it made a little bit of sense, if it didn't make no sense, okay? I hope you got that. So let's continue to listen to a little bit more to what the bishop is saying from a God perspective, because we already know, allegedly, But let's not look at him like that. And it's so sad as the black community, we have to distinguish. And that's what I want us to understand. You don't look at the person for what they do and you follow, or what they don't do, and you follow them to the end of the world, or carnality. Okay. We ask for you to watch a person, what they say, see if they inconsistent, weigh what they're saying, see if they're working with technology, weigh that against the reality of life and what you're experiencing, and move forward accordingly. We don't need no one to be sheeple, following stars to the end. Oh, that, I like the gang thing where people kind of stick together, but the gang thing is toxic as hell. I love the concept of unity. Okay. And today is Kwanzaa, day number 2. So day of self-determination, baby. And we definitely determine here. We'll put a post up at the end of the broadcast. But as I talk about, our essence is disturbed by the men that we put within our inside our JJ. Baby. I mean, that's why we have my madness. This is why we have mental health issues. This is why women have schizophrenia, or women have bipolar. Women have insecurities, and there's more than insecurities. Where you meet one man, you're taking on the burden from that man to the next man to the next man, because you couldn't let that go because you've been damaged. Okay, let me let him finish talk, because he said some good stuff. But this is another thing, we have to have discernment, because people can say things. You listen to the words, not the messenger.
To regular men. I say, you sleep with this woman, you sleep with that woman, you sleep with this woman, and now you're afraid to be with one woman because in your mind you done slept with, let's say, 20 women. You done took a butt cheek off of Tammy. You done took a leg off of Keisha. You done took a foot off of Erica. You done and you done created this woman that don't even exist, and nobody can match that woman. And that's the same thing women do. So when you say your body,
So he was talking about basically as we talked about, the Eurocentric or the fake perspective of what a woman should be, and having these perspectives and how it directly affects our black community and how we communicate with each other, how we deal with each other. We're expecting everybody to look like, not Britney Spears. I'm gonna say Kim Kardashian. Ugh. But that's what people like. It is what it is. On or Cardi B. No disrespect. When it ain't natural, I ain't having it. If you came out looking like that, then that's all the essence of God. If you had to pay thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, baby, you ain't gonna get too much from me. I don't know what to say. We do natural body contouring here, babe. We take our time. We reshape. You want to see my little reshaper? We took the picture earlier. We take our time, so we don't go to the surgeon and do it. We eat right. We work out. We do yoga, Pilates. We just a whole bunch of stuff. Join the Lashley's website. Join Instagram, the Facebook, Lashley's Legacy, baby. We teach you some stuff about natural, healthy living. We're trying to get the black community back to the essence. Now we know we gotta look good, women. We got to look good. But we got to do it a natural, healthy way. So that's my disclaimer for you guys. I'm going to eventually have a commercial for you from lashlays.com. So it's www.lashlays.com. So you can do natural body shape where natural body contouring. Men, we got stuff for you too. All right, that's my little commercial. So as back to the commentary, as what he was talking about is, basically us having this upskirt perspective that's put on us by our colonizers or our captors, let's say, because some people believe they from here, some people believe they was born from a ship, whatever you want to say. We're all in the same damn boat. You got enough melanin in your skin, you're being judged and stereotyped. Your income is not over $40,000 collectively. You may be making $40,000 more a year. Whoever, Tasha K, Bishop, the Hook&r, you know. But everybody collectively in our community, we ain't doing too well. And we talk about collectiveness over here. We talk about unity. We ain't doing well. Baby, we ain't doing well.
Count is 3,000. You have to understand, you could be sleeping with warlocks, dudes that have all type of beads and all type of Santa Maria stuff and doing all type, and all of this stuff is synced into you. And now you have all these different attitudes that went inside of you. See, women have to understand that women are different from men. Men go inside women, right? And you're a portal. You're a portal. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that if you really take time
She just heard, I'm a
out to
portal.
find who you are, you would then not allow your value to be decreased because you're searching for who you are.
No, for sure. But I just want to, so you know a little bit more about me.
So, and exactly what I was saying, she didn't hear anything he just said. It's all about, this is what I'm going through. This is about me. No disrespect, that's fine. But at the end of the day, he did say something that was pretty heavy. And our body is a portal. Our body, everybody's body is a portal, men and women. We can, do some things. We'll talk about that on later broadcasts. But what I will say is that because we're the receivers women and we have such a affinity for our emotions and thinking in multi-dimensional ways, we are able to abstract a lot from our interactions. And when we interact with toxicity, and that be a man, that be the system, that be a situation, that be content creators, it embeds in us and it creates a predisposition for behaviors and responses to certain things. So please be aware of when you're following content creators as well. You end up picking up the same tone like them because a lot of you guys are very impressionable. And I will say a lot of us, and it's not just black people, a lot of people are living in their second childhood and they're looking for something to idolize. So what that goes to say, us as women, we end up idolizing our men to a certain extent, embedding them within us, demonstrating toxic behaviors, being up like, okay, you got a man that's cheating all the time, things like that. You become very suspicious. You may have anxiety. You may be irritable, which is a whole personality change. Once that guy leaves, those traits don't stop. It takes more than about 28 days of a behavior for it to be embedded in you. So you literally have to reprogram yourself to not think the way you are or behave the way you do. Uncensored enlightenment talk. That's what we do. Make it make sense, baby. Okay, we're gonna keep this broadcast going.
My body count is not over 2,000 because I just sleep with random men. I'm more of a prostitute. So my body count is the way it is because I get paid.
See, look, no, wait. Okay, we're gonna just look at Tasha K face. Wait, we gonna listen. Look, and that's what I'm gonna say about you, Tasha.
You really take time out to find who you are. Listen. You would then not allow
look at Tasha
your value to be decreased. Because
look her face
you're
when she
searching
say
for
this.
who you are.
No, for sure. But I just want to, so you know a little bit more about me. My body count is not over 2,000 because I just sleep with random men. I'm more of a prostitute. So my body count is the way it is because I get paid. I make money from it. I'm not just sleeping.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Right?
Absolutely not.
Does that make it right?
But
so let me ask you.
All right. So look at her face. See, my thing is, she like, yeah. She's like, I don't have over 2,000. First it was 3,000. I don't have over 2,000 bodies because I just want to have bodies. I get paid. And Tasha K like, she get paid. Now, as a married woman, Tasha K, you should have just not even made no face. You should have just shut up. because shut up with your face. She married your kid back in the day. Your mom was like, shut it up. And you made the face. Fix your face, girl, because as a married woman, that is not acceptable. You shouldn't even be egging that on because married men, there's a lot of men that goes the easy route instead of getting a side chick, they get prostitutes. And they bring these hookers. I'm not gonna say the word, I meant to say hookers. I don't like to use that word. Hookers. Whores. That's the nice word. Hookers. She's a hooker. She's pretty. She's a hooker. Okay. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Yo, this is what we talking about our black community, but I love it. I was just talking. I was just talk because I ain't say the word hooker in so long. It just is like, oh my God. All right, whatever. That'll be in my vocabulary. I'll be doing other stuff, so it's just making me laugh because I wanted to say it the most nicest way as possible. This is ridiculous. But as she said, she getting paid. So that's good. And you gonna have our young black girls that be like, yep, she getting paid. I done said this, and I remember what platform, because I'm on so many different platforms, where I have my nursing buddy, young girl, beautiful, beautiful black and Chinese girl, 20-something new nurse. And she like, yeah, she hood. So we talking. I'm from North. And she like, yo, basically, the TV taught her that you supposed to have men take care of you. You need to get paid by these men. That is not the only value of a man. That is not. It is true. Our men are pretty toxic. Our black men are pretty toxic. Yup, y'all know I get on your asses, but the last video I explained to you is more the value of a black man. Miss Ali explained it to you. It's more than a value than just monetary gain. It's that love, the support, the strength, the balance. To get right. Y'all know we be emotional. Do you got that right, man? I look at you like, babe. And you be like, ha. You act like an angel. Okay? They all get right too. And we are their balance, their spine, their ultimate thinker, because they're like this. And you like, take the garbage out. Take the garbage out. They're like, okay. So he said, take the garbage out now. They didn't now. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. So that's our men. But yeah, it's okay if you're getting paid in the black community, huh? This is the next generation. All these people right here, they're gonna get old. And the people that they teaching this shit is gonna take care of them. Or gonna be in a position to directly affect their life in finance and banking. And they're gonna be just as ignorant and worse than this shit. Tell me if I'm lying, if I'm flying. Tell me if I'm lying. I love you, T. TTK, baby. Okay, let me press play.
Another question. Is that the only
go through? That's what I chose. That's the life that I chose to live. So it is just
okay. That's the life you chose. But do you think that's the life God chose for you? Because I always tell people this, right? A lot of people in this world do a job, but are you doing your job? Because God has created us with a purpose. He's given us a process, and He's given us a promise. And I think that when you really identify who you are, then you will be able to become the wife that you are, right?
So, you know what? He just said a whole bunch of amazing things. And it's a message that the black community need to hear. And it gets so convoluted because it's coming out of his mouth. I understand how people feel, how we can look and be like, but you're not living right and you're talking about God. You see how smooth the words come out? How crystal clear? How he said, you need to love yourself, baby. You chose to do this. You could have many other choices to make money, but you would have chose to open them legs, spread it wide open, bust it wide open. And I'm going to say that from a person who came from a disadvantaged background. You do have a choice. that's just the choice I made. And that's the choice you're gonna make when you reaping your damn karma. From a karma could be some type of long lasting disease, fibroids. A lot of women have fibroids from this type of shit. Uterine cancer, too many sex partners, too many fluids going up in you. Um, Being unfertile, mentally unstable, not being able to be married. It's all because of it was just a choice I made. I needed to get this money. That's unacceptable. If y'all like the commentary, please hit the like button. I ask y'all to like the button, hit the like button. I mean, this is what needs to be said. Y'all may not like it, but I'm gonna say what I need to say because Tasha K needs to have a disclaimer. This guy, Bishop Larry Whitehead, needed to have a disclaimer. And the Hook&r, I'm gonna pray for her because she's just another lost black girl. Y'all ever listen to that? Y'all ever read that book called The Coldest Winter Ever? If y'all from the hood, y'all read that book, The Coldest Winter Ever. Baby, there you go. The Coldest Winter Ever. That was one of my favorite books. She was a down hood chick, had her hood boyfriend, set her up. She had to take over the spot. Coldest winter ever. I'm just saying. And this is the stuff we grew up on. You had some discernment, what you're gonna do, what you're not gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna start to get this broadcast wrapped up. We're gonna listen to a little bit more, and give you my commentary.
I think that there is, and this just from my experience of being a pastor. Next year be 10 years. What I think it is that you're afraid of your success. You're really afraid of who you are. And what I
Look
mean
at
by
Tasha
that
K
is
pace.
you know that there's a greater you.
She likes success and what?
So comfortable with what you're getting that
I'm
you don't
reading
want to
your
give
mind,
that up.
girl.
Because at the end of the day, I think it's also control. Because you control these. Let me tell you something. I went to 2 strip clubs in my life, right?
Okay. So I want to hear about the strip clubs he went through too. But I want to end off and talk about what he's talking about is the aspect of control when you are a woman that is scorned, that is abused, that has been actually abused, has been mentally abused. You try to take on a position of control and you try to create a situation which you're in control. And that situation may be toxic, or that situation may be that you literally disconnect from the world and don't want to have nothing to do with guys. But at the end of the day, either extreme is very unhealthy for your spiritual being, ladies. And if you think that you're going to gain control over a man, your feelings, or the situation by busting your legs wide open, it has been proven time and time and time again that it just don't work. And I know that the TV, the radio, and YouTube show you things that you think is true. But a lot of it is not. A lot of these individuals are broke, busted, and tired and depressed. And they're putting on a facade for you. And every day is a struggle for them to have to fight the depression, have to fight the mental illness, just to come in front of the camera and pretend that they're doing well. I know this. I talk to a lot of individuals as a nurse. I understand, but I'm going to take out of that perspective and just get back to the commentary. We have to, in the Black community, understand our toxicity is our destruction. We continue to basically put on a minstrel show for the world to see. We put on a minstrel show for the world to see, and we take it as our entertainment, but it's really not entertainment. It's really showing the world that we are destroying ourselves and we are destructive. We are the leaders of the world in the great universe. Our melanin is compatible with the sun and the universe and its essence. Please go do the research. There's a reason why there are people saying that you are the essence of the Most High God. There's a reason why these people are actually trying to take you off the planet. There's a reason why they have you at a state of being ignorant, childish, and wanting to follow sports, follow stars, and keep you distracted. You have a power, you have an essence that's inside of you that they are trying to suppress. And what we're going to do here on Uncensored Enlightenment Talk, while you're here with Grace Levi, we're going to spark that kundalini in you. And you're going to think outside of the box. And even if you don't like it, hit the like button, hit the dislike button. Do something. Do something. We need you guys to think for yourself. We need you guys to think for yourself. Be your own individuals and use discernment. We do not need to have this herd mentality where we're like cultish towards people. I love that we really follow people, some people, and keep them funded. But what if we had people who follow Nicki Minaj, the way they follow Nicki Minaj, that they follow black issues within the government or law and the murders like they follow Nicki Minaj? Imagine the change. They wouldn't be able to say nothing about black people because nobody can say nothing about Nicki Minaj, baby. Hey, they can't say nothing about her. If we had the energy that the whatever they are had, I forgot their name. Nicki Minaj, what they call themselves? The Bees, the Beehive. Oh, that's Beyonce. I don't know. I'm trying to catch up with y'all. Y'all can correct me in the comments. I'm catching up. I've been in the ditches. I've been in the tunnel. But what that goes to say, if we had that the way that you have behind these content creators and stars, we have a strong black community. We'll have a community that's winning, that they can't say anything about us because we'll have them paying $500 million fines for talking. We'll have them building school every time they say something about a black person. Okay? So I love you guys, and I want to say thank you for being here with Grace Levi. Please support the platform by liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you don't dislike, it is what it is. Leave your comment. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm stupid. Tell me whatever. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. But what I do ask for you guys is to check out our website, www.lashlays.org at the bottom. .com. I do apologize. At the bottom of your screen, and support us today. We got the Wasties online. Let me stop before they make that my thumbnail. You know YouTube do the bullshit. Anyway, love you. Gotta go.